Hello, friends. So we are back in part two, and part two is analysis. Part two is analysis. Today's number is April, so 4/23. So 4 plus 2 plus 3. 4 plus 5, 9. The year is 9. Also, because when we take 2, 20, and 25, we have 4 plus 5, which is 9, double 9. And you can't make it up, but it just happened. It kind of really, I mean, look at that scarab right there. Look at it. Look what came out. Do you see the scarab in there? The head, the body, and there's also the snake. Cadeceus. Cadeceus. Lightning rods. 2 snakes. And the beautiful scarab. Battle 18. And what is today's date? 9 plus 9 is 18. Wow. You can't make it up. Numerology of 9. You can look at that. Look what happened. Egyptian battle. The moon. The more I let go of fear, the more I sense the freedom of transformation. Refining the knowledge that we may get in touch with why we are here and what we are here for. Spiritual teaching, joy of transformation, overcoming of self-deceptions. How do we become whole? Get in touch with your purpose of your existence. As we travel up on the journey, the opportunity arises to know ourselves more thoroughly. And it mixes into deep gold and violet. Wow, exciting. Let's look at the other side. Tarot card, the moon. What is really incredible that yesterday our crustacean was a lobster for number 4 day. The number 4 day is green. Okay. 9 is gold. It's amazing. And we had that green turtle, and in reverse it was a lobster yesterday. So the continuation of the reverse, the lobster is showing up again. Now we have the moon, and we're gonna look at the meaning of that card. We're also gonna look at the surreal cards here. Surreal tarot. Look at that turtle from yesterday. Do you remember in reverse? Watch that reading if you didn't yet, but it's pretty cool. For the reverse was this one. 4 of Cups too. Look how similar they are. It's literally almost the same thing. So the continuation from yesterday to today in the images, in the symbols. And Surreal Tarot has it purple and yellow. Isn't that incredible? These coincidences. And then Aura Soma also has a Wisdom Rescue Bottle. Number 90. Again, the number 9. Can you see that mission? He's on the mission here. Wow. And what does this represent? To initiate and to be finding way to become active in this world. The initiate always finds the way. The hidden God associated with the healing and medicine. So that's where our symbol comes in again. Cadeceus, symbol of healing, right here. And there is the repetition of the scarab, and there's a tiny little face there, and wings. We can see that closer. Okay. Pretty cool. A lot of things going on. This one almost looks like cobra here, or a sphinx. It's definitely Egyptian. Look at it. Even like this, the scarab is so visible. Amazing. I just love how it comes up. Look at it. Wow. Pretty cool. The initiate always finds the way and is able to be active in the world. And this is the traditional Rider-Waite tarot card. Beautiful gold. So let's go look at all these symbols. So number 1, scarab. Oh, here. Humble, dung beetle, rebirth and renewal. Life that will unfold from seed. Life that does not fully exist yet, which means eternal life. Full potential for reaching heaven from earth. Enlightenment. So scarabs used to be buried with the dead for resurrection. And as sun rises from darkness, so does divine spirit rises from body that is no more. The life is eternal. Beautiful. What else are we gonna look at? I want to show you my art. I actually was meaning to paint this scarab gold. I left it with the sparkle right now, but this is my little magical gift box with a little gem in there. My artwork. I love showing you my artwork. I was going to pick another card from the Medicine Women Oracle, but I couldn't find one that would combine those colors. And here we have like my own painting, my signature, and this one is the yellows and the purples, and you have the earth and the life that is being born, like we just read, life that is being born, the new life, the goddess birthing the new life, and all the souls being born. Hope you like that. So trust your higher self. Cadeceus is also associated with twin flames, union of opposing forces, heal post traumas, heal through each other. Let's go look at our reverse now. I'm gonna turn this over. Ta-da-da. Guess what? The turtle came back in reverse. Oh my god. It's a baby turtle coming out of an egg. And it looks like a sea turtle. These are the fins. Fins and the face of a baby turtle coming out. Almost like a Buddha baby turtle. Right there. And an egg. So, cracked egg. Sea turtle coming out. Sea turtle. Pretty incredible. Wow. What is a symbol of a sea turtle being born out of an egg? New life again. Enlightenment. And here we have the spirals. What are they? They are Unalome. Can you see that there? Unalome. Unalome. The spirals. Okay, the spiral. Winding path, the life lived through life to achieve enlightenment. The turtle here represents us being born into that new life, cracking the shell of the just physical body and being born into the spiritual body. So wisdom is almost like hermit. And remember this card that I showed you. 90, coincidentally same colors. On this card it shows a slightly more orange, but that's just the print. But you can see the colors here really clearly. It's the same bottle, 90. Hanged Man. I find myself illuminated as I rest in the belly, living in my life from this new perspective. The initiate finds the way to be able to be active in the world. The connection with belly, incarnation star, brings opportunity to put us in the right way in the world where we may access the wisdom that has been there all the while. Deep joy can produce a new balance within depths of self. And again, gold over deep magenta. Look at that picture. See that? So the spiral came up with the painting. Guys, I didn't even know this, but this is how ignorant I am. I always thought of these readings as Jungian psychology, inkblots. That's all I ever knew. Today I found out, just by pure coincidence, just a short video came on YouTube, like a short or whatever, reels or whatever they're called. And it's called a scry, and people do different types of scry readings, and it's a real thing. I never even knew that the word scry even existed. I guess it's like meant to be that I found it out like this, doing my work that I love. So yeah, so yesterday was lobster. Watched that video on Earth Day. In reverse, lobster was in reverse in that reading. Today we have a violet purple lobster, maybe not on this card, but somewhere. Maybe traditionally this is violet purple lobster right here. And aura crayfish. So it's an instinctual energy rising, the beginning of conscious growth. So consciously we're growing and stepping into this new life to be active in that new way in the world. To be active in that new way. And if you want to see how I made this painting, I actually this time was able to record it in part 1. It just has music, that nice Egyptian vibe. These are my original cards I made in the year 2000 when my daughter was born. And I since been developing them. They were called seascapes, but back then I spelled it with an X, like escape, see and escape. Color therapy tarot, I used to call it, now I call it color oracle. And I'm gonna start a Kick Live campaign, and I'm gonna put them out. So it's something that is like that I'm working on, but it's similar to and inspired by Vicky Wall, but it's also gonna be connected to very inspired, but it's not gonna be the same at all. It's definitely a different deck. So it's based with Eastern philosophy as well, and it's something I've been working on for 20 years. So it's going to be numbered differently, and it's going to be read differently, and it's based on my art and everything, and very much inspired in the color therapy and color readings. But that's, I wanted to show you that in my artwork. I always love to show you my art. I also wanted to show you this book that I like a lot, The Spiritual Tarot, 78 Paths to Personal Development. It's really cool. Here we have the moon, and it's not as negative as the normal traditional explanation, which would be, I don't know if you can see it here. Let me see if I can make it bigger on this one. The moon is telling you that things may not be as they seem. Trust your instinct to see past these illusions. You may also be experiencing mood swings, dormant insecurity or instability. If you're waiting for an answer, then be prepared to wait. And in the moon here, the advice of the card is consider whether you have feelings about your situations that you have been unaware of or you have been avoiding to deal with. Become aware of the impact of your own cycles and feelings that they have on your intuitive issues. Be open to information from dreams and memories. So watch your dreams. Determine whether you could be completing an important phase in your life and beginning a new one. Be careful not to let other people talk to you into something or doing something that you intuitively feel that is not right for you. And also I wanted to go over, I first thought that it's going to be the King of Swords in reverse, but then I really realized, and by mistake I actually posted the teaser on TikTok as Knight of Swords, and then I realized it is completely gonna be the Knight of Swords, because we are not yet in the King of Swords. So we're not like supported by the environment, and we are not all like accepted by the environment yet, that we are not in command. We're not yet confident, and others don't yet respect us or what we do. This is more alternative and starting something new. So here we are on a mission, and there is no stopping us, of course, on this mission into something new, breaking through like the turtle out of that egg in reverse. The only problem is that you may be too quick to take action, and you're not planning very well, so you're not preparing. You're jumping maybe like a fool into something too much. So keep that in mind, keep that energy flowing, but be careful as far as like not to stumble over people. Don't get in your own way. Like you may don't be careless, basically. Be careful of people's feelings, and inadvertently like follow your mission, be empathetic and stay on it. Okay, so don't give up, there's no stopping you. And that's exactly when I was reading this for myself and I was looking at all the beautiful cards, that's what came to mind. Challenge the status quo, search of spiritual energy, strong will, determination, intellectual drive. And then don't forget to ground, don't burn out. Swords represents fighting illusion, destroying evil. Okay, so could be that we are wanting to set things right with the world. You could be, don't be rushing too much. And also it could mean if it's reading on relationship, like are you dashing in and out of relationships? So yesterday with the lobster energy, we had a similar thing, like don't have a harem out there, like see why you are not committed or what your true motivations are. So that's in the reverse. Need to make the world a safer place for all in the night, and have courage to create and defend your ideas. Step up for what you believe. you're right, because your intention. And today I found out about the scribe, and it's like I never knew about that. And your intention is to be of service. Your heart is in the right place, so you're right, because you have the correct intention to be with the source. So a lot of really positive today out of the moon. So it doesn't, traditionally it's like danger, darkness, error, deception, but it's not all that. Like, especially when it comes to the hermit energy, or the hangman energy, when we think about the journey, return journey of the hangman in the battle 90. So there's a lot to interpret, and without going into too much of the detail, the numerology of number 9 of completion is here. Reflection, inner work, journals, Cadeceus, we went over that, and rebirth, marrying the trusting your higher self, marrying opposing sides of ourselves, returning home is number 9, completion, returning home, wisdom, compassion. 9 is the number of service. 9 is the number of service. Oops, sorry. And use your skill. Put your talents to test. Use your skill. Okay. So I shared my painting with you. This is the reverse. We discussed the Knight of Swords versus we're not yet in the King. We showed some beautiful art, all in purple and yellow today, and violets. We're gonna pay attention to our dreams. We're gonna be creative. We're gonna do the good work, achieving this, being active in the world. And thank you, Aura Soma. If you have not heard of Aura Soma bottles, here's an example. So these bottles are beautiful, and I fell in love with them, and the maker is Wiki Wall. And so color therapy, I showed you last video with the earth video. These come from Jeanette Youngman. She also has Australian contact here. If you were not familiar, whoopsie, with Aura Soma, you can look it up. There are additional meetings online for all the bottles. There's a lot of meanings to it. More, you can find so much more online, of course. Without further ado, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.